Welcome to Draw One Last Breath Horror Podcast. My name's Matt.
I'm Butch.
I'm Jolly Paul.
Welcome to episode 113. On this episode, we have been to the cinema to watch Don't Worry Darling and our movie from the vault that I picked from the last episode. We'll be talking about Strangers.
I'm a stranger.
Stranger danger.
You're strange.
Yeah, that's a fair comment. At least I haven't got a burlap sack on today, so that's still good. How are we all doing? Matt, what have you been up to for the last couple of weeks? What's going on? Talk to me. Tell me about all the good content you've been watching.
I started watching Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, jeez.
How many episodes are you in?
I've only done 3 episodes.
Yeah, I've done 3. I've done.
Oh, fucking hell, man. It's intense.
I can't binge it. I had to walk away.
It's full
I've
on.
done 6 lads and it gets worse. So.
Oh, good. But that first episode, I got to say, yeah, it was interesting because the whole way through it, I was like, I know what's going to happen, and it does a heel turn, and I thought that's so clever because I was like, oh, here we go, and it just made you feel so uneasy, and it was like first episode as well didn't feel that long because like that whole scene didn't feel really long because it felt like you're in the room with him, and it was just fucking so
dirty. I felt dirty watching it.
I felt like I needed a shower afterwards.
He is Evan Peters is fucking fantastic, and I love the accent that he's got, and but it's just the way that the kind of psychopath that he actually is. It's almost as if he has no clue that he's doing anything wrong. No clue.
Apparently, he's not. He's not. When he was doing it, he hadn't spoken to any of his family or friends, and he's like literally shunned them all, like just to get into character.
Bloody hell, it's something. I've had a good couple of weeks. I watched a film called Ouija: Origin of Evil, which I've been meaning to watch for ages. I haven't ever watched the first one, but I don't think the two stories apparently don't.
No, they don't.
Coalesce. Yeah. But this one was fucking very good. It stars the young girl from Becky. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
The mum is like from Twilight, and then the other daughter I recognised as well. She's been in a few bits. I think maybe I recognised her from New Girl, but there you go. But it was fucking like it was just like watching like House of the Devil, sort of the way it was shot, like almost like a Ty West movie.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
Good.
It was freaky, creepy, and I like the way that it was shot. Yeah, really, really decent one that. What about you, Paul? What have you been up to?
Wow, I've had quite a busy couple of weeks. Really, I've watched quite a lot. Started off with a rewatch of World War Z.
Nice.
Which I've only ever seen it once before, and I enjoyed it the first time. And for what it is, it's really good. So you can tell it was reshot as shit at the end of it. It sort of starts to unravel by the end of the film. But yeah, it's really good. Enjoyed that. I did a double bill as well in one night because I'm a trooper. Watched 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later back to back.
Fucking hell.
Fucking awesome. Love it. Love them. So, man, do you know, I forgot how much I loved 28 Weeks Later as well. It's a really worthy sequel.
Yeah, Robert Carlyle's great in it.
Oh, he's a bastard, isn't he? He's a bastard.
Yeah, that first scene though, where he's running away from the zombies and they're coming over the hill, sort of sideways to him. Still, it's just an incredible bit of cinema for me. So yeah, loved it. Watched a really bad horror film called Separation, with Rupert Friendly on Netflix. It was just tosh, but it sort of saves it. I think you can catch the clip on YouTube, so I think just to go and watch it, because it's actually like a little sequence where this like clown puppet thing comes out of the doorway and starts chasing him down some stairs. But when it does it like contorts its body around and stuff, and it's really freaky. It's in the middle of this really shit horror film, but for like 20 seconds I was like, whoa, 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 and then it just went back to being shit again. So, but yeah, so it's definitely worth for 20-second clip. Watch that. I completed my homework, Matt, so I watched Bliss.
Yeah.
So you only put 3.5 stars, so I'm not really sure you're going to be continuing much longer on the podcast. So explain yourself.
Apologies. I love this. You just waiting to pounce, weren't you? I don't know, lads. I don't know. I'm glad I haven't got epilepsy, mind. Otherwise, I'd just be on the floor. Jesus, he loves his strobe lights, doesn't he?
Well, imagine we saw this in that fucking IMAX screen.
Was it a Fright Fest? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Look, to be fair, I'm giving it sort of 3.5 stars for the start of the film. By the end of it, was really, really good. When it started to kick off, and obviously the gore and the effects and stuff were really good. So yeah, 3.5 stars is above average.
Yeah, you're right.
Like 7 out of 10.
She's fantastic. She's fantastic in it.
But it is a 4.5
I mean, it was really, really like sensory overload, wasn't it? So yeah, no, it was good. I enjoyed it. I just didn't blow my mind. But yeah, it was quite an interesting take on the whole sort of vampire genre without being a vampire genre film.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
definitely.
So yeah, no, I enjoyed it, and it was always nice to see Graham Skipper just popping up, getting his finger bitten off, which was great.
Was he singing Little Mermaid songs?
I will have been after he got his finger bit off, I think. And then last but not least, I went to the cinema to see Jaws in 3D. And I know you took the piss out of me constantly since I said I was going to see it in 3D. I really wanted to go and see it in IMAX. I couldn't go and see it in IMAX, and it was shown at the local cinema in 3D, so I went along. And can I just say, lads, it is probably the best, if not one of the best 3D films I've ever seen.
Yeah. I like the bit at the start when Sean gets his arm bitten off. It's fucking pretty decent. And
that's
like
Jaws the Revenge, smartass. You got the wrong friggin' that's Jaws 4, not 3D. So if you're going to take the piss, get the Jaws films right, Paul. I'm just saying, right? No, honestly, guys, it was if someone deconstructed the entire film and put it all back together as it was shot in 3D. It's as if the film was meant to be shot in 3D. It was incredible. Honestly, I'm not just saying it. It was unreal. So definitely, if you can check out Jaws in 3D while it's still in the cinema, go and see it, because
I'm all
right. Yeah, that was me.
Cool. There was one more thing that we all saw, all right, and this has been caused quite a lot of hype, I suppose. I don't know if hype's the right word.
Controversy.
I just saw a lot of like traffic about this movie in the last couple of weeks. Speak No Evil on Shudder. Now, I was just like, I saw the poster didn't invite me to go and watch it, but as soon as I started seeing like a few people going, oh my god, this is like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to fucking, there's a moment in it, I don't want to miss this, so I'm gonna have to go and watch it. Fucking hell. And you boys both caught it too, right?
Yeah. Same as you, Paul. A couple of people posted on Facebook saying this is like Martyrs. Somebody said it was like Martyrs. So instantly I was like, oh, I need to see this before something gets ruined or whatever. But yeah, grim.
I'm telling you what, I would not have watched this film, A, from the poster, and B, from the title, because as soon as I thought Speak No Evil, I thought, oh, here we go, it's going to be like a devilly kind of devil worshipy kind of Satan thing. And I wouldn't have watched it, but like you guys, I saw things online, and I was like, I've got to check this out. I didn't see any spoilers, but I was like, I've got to check it out because everybody's talking about it. Yeah,
I don't want to reveal anything about the movie apart from the way it made me feel, and it's a Danish horror movie, which we haven't seen too many of them. I think was Tailgate Danish, not really sure. It might have been Dutch.
I think so.
But it had me kind of like on this tension ride throughout. It challenged you in ways that had me screaming at the fucking TV and just going, what the fuck? And my partner, like Sophie, walked in at the wrong moment. Caught the wrong moment. And there's the last, again, it really drives the tension throughout. You don't really know where it's going, and then when it gets there, you just want to strangle somebody. That's the way I felt.
It's a horrible little bastard of a film.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Bleak.
God, I love bleak films. So yeah, no, it was very, very good. But Jesus, it was a tough one to watch.
Yeah, it really
very slow burning, but yeah, built the tension up, and you didn't really know. You sort of had an idea that was where it was going, but then, oh my god, it just pulled the rug from under your feet. Went, didn't expect this, did you?
I'll be almost inclined to say we could have easily done a spoiler kind of review on it and just gone deep on this one, because we really could have tore this one apart. And I would have got a bit upset, I think, with like discussing the bit.
I'm surprised this one wasn't at a Fright Fest, because this is like, it was like Fright Fest all written over it, isn't it? Really?
Completely agree.
But yeah,
Cool.
it's good.
Yeah, that was one to watch. Okay, so let's get on to some news. Who wants to go first this week?
I'll go first. So just the first one I read a couple days ago, I thought was quite funny, just a little sort of story rather than news. There's going to be a new Final Destination film, and they revealed basically the makers of it, the producers of it, were picking sort of directors for it, and they were doing it over Zoom calls. And the people that they picked to direct it, the reason they picked them was they actually faked their own death scene over Zoom. So basically, they had a fireplace behind them. They pretended the fireplace went obviously out of control, so they were trying to bat the fireplace. Then there was apparently an earthquake happened or something, and then they got decapitated live on the Zoom call. So I think they did it obviously for a mix of pre-recorded and stuff, but apparently it was seamless. So the guys that were at the other end of it were like, "What the fuck?" And that got them the film. So yeah, that was my first bit of news. I thought it was quite funny.
Nice. Okay, cool. I got a bit. This is again. I'll go for Cloverfield 2. Another Cloverfield sequel. We're getting another Cloverfield film. They said that this is going to be set within the universe, but I mean, Cloverfield paradox. Let's talk about that. But I think this is going to be. I feel that this one is going to be closer to what we wanted, and I feel that this might be the sequel that we've wanted. We want to see more of the monster. So Babak Anaveri, who did Under the Shadow and Wounds. I mean, I'm not saying I really like Wounds. Do you remember that one, Matt, on Netflix?
Well, it was all right. I didn't mind it. It just was a crap ending, wasn't it?
He's directing it for Paramount. And so yeah, I don't know, man. It's coming back, and it's J.J. Abrams is producing for Bad Robot.
Oh shit, that's not going to go straight to that Paramount streaming service, is it?
No, bloody not.
Oh god, if that does, man, that's going to be tragic.
Yeah. What you got, dude?
I've only got one bit of news. Have you lads seen the trailer for Slashback?
No.
We talked about it briefly a little while back on the podcast. It's the one where the kids versus kind of aliens.
Okay.
Do you remember me talking about that way back when? But the trailer's come out and it looks awesome. It looks really, really funny. It's like it's kind of set in near the Arctic, and it's basically about aliens taking over this little kind of village, and it's based around these like group of girls that are like just like young youths. Think like Goonies and Attack the Block, but like just it looks really, really funny. Go check out the trailer. Because it looks really, really good, and like the creatures look really cool in it as well. But yeah, you go check out the trailer because it looks funny as fuck. It looks very, very endearing, but at the same time, the monsters look fucking gruesome. Go check it out. But that's all I got, lads.
Cool.
All right. I've got a few trailers. If you want to just reel them off.
I mean, I've probably watched a few of them. So go for it.
You caught the Hellraiser trailer, didn't you?
Yep.
Yes. Can't wait for that.
Ooh, that looks Hulu on October the 6th, isn't it?
Yeah. That looks serious.
Where do you think it'll come out here then?
HBO? No, Hulu's usually Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, I think.
Yeah, because they've got American.
I think it's a Fox property, isn't it? So
yeah.
Oh, good.
Should be Disney Plus. M. Night Shyamalan's new film. Oh my god! Knock at the Cabin.
What?
I didn't know anything about it, right? And the trailer is unreal.
Batista, Rupert Grint.
Batista's in it.
Rupert Grint. Fucking Ron Weasley and fucking Drax in the same movie.
Yeah.
I'm interested though. I mean, I'm always interested by.
Yeah, but that's like he's setting you up. He's setting you up again. You guys are, it's going to be brilliant, and then you're going to, it wasn't actually that good.
I don't know. I didn't mind it, but
it's got source material, so it's based on a book apparently, and apparently the book is supposed to be unreal. So Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to this one. Man, check the trailer out because the trailer's really, really good. Yeah, then there was a Last of Us based on the PlayStation game, the Last of Us trailer series with Pedro Pascal and the scene-stealing little lass from Game of Thrones in the last series, Lyanna Mormont.
Oh, is she in here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's playing Ellie.
No way, really?
Yeah, The Last of Us. So
Wow.
it looks like it could be good. I've never even played the game, but the series looks really, really good.
Oh,
And
she's
then the last trailer I saw was for The Watcher, which is coming out on Netflix on October 13th, based on a true story. It's got Naomi Watts and Bobby Cannavale. And Matt, me and you have
lovely.
definitely talked about this story before. It's about a family who move into a house and then out of the blue get a letter saying that someone's been watching the house forever and they're gonna come and invade the house and they best get out before they come in. Can you remember that, Matt?
Yes, I can. Yes.
And like they kept getting letters every few months saying, "I'm still watching you. I'm still watching you." Nothing, I don't think, ever happened, but it's the film based on that sort of story. So I'm sure they've embellished it for Hollywood, but the true story is creepy enough.
Isn't it a mini series? That's coming
is the
on
series? Oh, I don't know. I thought it was a film.
I think it's a mini series.
Oh, okay then. Well,
I think so. If it's the same one, that's pretty cool.
Sorry, the last trailer I watched is Alice in Borderland, which you guys still haven't seen on Netflix.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you have?
With Danny Dyer. Is that the one with Danny Dyer?
No. It's a Korean series, and it's basically, so I feel a bit sorry for it because it's got overshadowed by Squid Game when the premise is pretty similar, but it's a million times better. So please go and watch the first series because the second series is coming out and it looks just as good. So yeah, Alice in Borderland, really good. Trust me.
Awesome. That's a lot of news there. Just really quickly on that Knock at the Cabin. It's based on a book I've read.
Really?
Yeah, it's based on a book.
You can read?
I just Googled it. Yeah, I'm surprised that I can read as well. There's no pictures in this book. But the book is called The Cabin at the End of the World. It's
okay.
Amazing. I can lend it to you if you want.
Yes, please.
But it is fan-friggin-tastic. And the author, Paul Tremblay, is fucking amazing. I tweeted him and he's like tweeted me back and stuff.
Well, there you go, Matt. Watch the trailer. There you go.
I'll get him on the pod, mate.
Do it.
Cool.
Right, well, I got one last bit of news before we move on to our main review. Fright Fest just announced their lineup for the 29th of October for their Halloween day. There's like 6 movies. One of them's documentary, all around like the musician who did like the music for Dario Argento's sort of films. But I want to run through some of the movies because I'm so tempted to go. It sucks like a big bag ball sack. Freeze plus Gnomes, a movie from Charlie Steed.
Oh, nice.
So fucking hell, that's on first. There's the second movie, a film called Mad Heidi, which is being described as the first ever Swiss exploitation movie of its genre. And it stars Casper Van Dien, which I'm pretty sure is the dude from Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers, yeah.
I mean, the concept looks fucking interesting. Like, it looks like you got Heidi with a fucking axe on the front, and I like that. Film called Outpost, which looks quite interesting. And the one I really want to get to, though, is On the Edge by the Soska Sisters. And they're going to be there, which is fucking cool. So yeah, they've just gone away from their sort of like body horror and done sort of like a really weird erotic sort of thriller sort of thing. So yeah, looks very interesting. There's a couple of others. The last one closing it is a film called The Offering, which is directed by Oliver Park. So, and it stars Paul Kay. So I don't know, man. This looks pretty good. Pretty damn good. It's going to be a good one for all you Fright Festers. Get tickets and tell us all about it, because I don't think we're going to be going. Never mind. Right then, that's all the news. Let's get on to our main review.
I have it. Focus, right here. Let's have a little drink. Yeah, I will.
all of you wives.
With you all the time.
We men, we ask a lot.
Can't you see?
We ask for strength,
I long to be
food at home, a house cleaned,
with you all the time.
and discretion above all else.
Boys and their toys. At least we know they're getting work done.
Welcome to the Victory Project.
We're all here because we believe in the mission.
What are we doing?
Changing the world.
What are we doing?
Changing the world.
That's right.
What do you think they're really doing out there?
What do you mean?
The one thing they ask of us is to stay here. Where it's safe.
Do you even know what the Victory Project actually is? Have you ever asked?
Do you?
Please. What's actually happening?
Stop it, Alice.
What if this place is dangerous? What if...
No. Jack, it's okay.
Okay, this episode's main review is filmed by Olivia Wilde, which is sort of taking Cannes by storm. It's a film about a 1950s housewife living with her husband in a utopian experimental community where things begin to worry that this glamorous company could be hiding something disturbing. Right. It's sort of like drama mystery thriller. You know, we're crossing into the sort of Black Mirror realm, maybe. I mean, yeah, this was just a little bit absurd. It looked weird, and it looked weird enough for the podcast. What did you boys think? Let's go to Matt first.
It's a weird one for me. I'll go into a bit more detail on it, but I wasn't blown away by it. There were certain things in it that was quite good. But yeah, it was okay. Jordy Paul?
Whew, I think we're going to have a bit of a debate on this one, aren't we? Well, can I just say, lads, I fucking loved it. So I thought it was great. I really did. And I think it's definitely got a place on our podcast. I think this as a psychological thriller, 100% has. In the same way, like a film like Men, which has similar tropes to this one, belongs on the podcast. So yeah, definitely. I'm really glad we did it.
Yeah, I mean,
really, really good.
It stars Florence Pugh as Alice and Harry Styles as Jack. Chris Pine as this Frank guy who's sort of like the all-powerful Oz. Florence Pugh, if she doesn't win an Oscar for it, is not up for an Oscar. It would be incredibly interesting to see. I think she absolutely carries this fucking movie on her shoulder.
She was the best thing by far.
She was a force. She was an absolute force in this movie. She usually is. She's fucking incredible. It was an interesting journey, and I really liked it. I loved the way it was shot. I thought it was beautiful. Like cinematography, I thought there was such an interesting story, and then it slapped me in the face, and I wanted to punch everyone in the throat, like who had like been involved in this movie. It had me going from the start. It was like this. I was like, oh my god, this is so tense. Oh my god. Oh, what the fuck is in that fucking volcano? What the fuck are they doing? What the fuck are they? And then I'm like, fuck you, copying Black Mirror of the Village, you pricks. It really made me angry. It really made me angry. I didn't want the ending that we got. I didn't want that. It was a good ending.
Basically summed up the whole film there, mate.
Yeah, well.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Yeah.
Fucking pissed me off. The ending. I've been keeping this raging since I watched it, and I can't wait to get it out even more. Paul, why did you like it? Give us a bit more.
So obviously, I'll just go back a bit there. So you've got obviously like a community that's been founded in the middle of the desert. It's this utopia, and obviously the men are going out every day to work on this progressive materials solutions or something. So you don't really know what that is. And their wives are all staying at home doing their wifely duties, cooking, cleaning, getting pissed, sitting around pools and going shopping. And looking after their husbands when they get back in. So and
getting looked after.
Yeah, and getting looked after for half an hour. But yeah, so obviously it goes along, and there's sort of cracks start to appear with one of the other women called Margaret. She sort of has a bit of a mental breakdown, and there's a big sort of mantra that they don't ask questions. They live in this perfect idyllic spot, so they should be happy with it, and just don't ask questions and don't put pressure on their husbands to reveal it. It's all discretionary and it's top secret with what they're doing. So I suppose it does lead you down the line of their nuclear, or they're testing weapons, or are they doing something a bit crazy or whatever. And it doesn't really go that way, does it, Paul? So yeah, Florence Pugh plays Alice, and she starts to she has a bit of a hallucination, or does she really see a plane?
She starts to mimic Margaret's behavior. The plane thing we're going to discuss in detail, because after what the ending gave us, that was fucking retarded. But anyway, maybe there's lots of hallucinations, and obviously, Matt, give us your impression of it in a bit more detail, because you weren't as keen.
I loved. I thought the soundtrack was banging. Like every track was like, it's like 60s music and like really, really cool. And I loved like the era that it's kind of it's kind of, what is it, 50s?
50s, I think.
50s era. Like 50s. I loved all that setting. The like the cars are beautiful, the houses are beautiful, obviously the wives are beautiful, and all that. And it gave me that kind of. I thought it was going to be like a Stepford Wives kind of thing about it. I was thinking for a moment, are they all android or something, or like robots or something like that route. But have you guys ever seen The Prisoner, Patrick McGoohan?
Yeah.
Oh God, The Bubble. Yeah.
I fucking love The Prisoner. I watched the whole series, and it is absolutely astounding. It really gave me Prisoner vibes a bit, because I don't know why, but I kind of had it in my head from going in that this was going to be a Truman Show style thing. And I don't know if because I had that in my head, the film didn't affect me as much. However, the thing that annoyed me the most is that Florence Pugh was so good that I really did not like Harry Styles' character. And I think he's an amazing actor. I think he's absolutely brilliant in pretty much everything he's done. But this, I just don't know why. I don't know if it's because he was using his own accent and he wasn't American. But the relationship between them just didn't.
Is that on purpose? Feel it. Is that on purpose though? Considering what we found out at the end.
Yes, possibly. Why? Possibly why? Because he's very distant. He comes in, he gets what he wants. I don't know. There was something missing for me. Maybe it was just the accent that put me off. It was obviously she was amazing compared to him.
Yeah, but she just outshone everyone, and like the way that sort of her, and you could tell like there was some kind of. I thought there was some kind of memory thing with the wives. I thought they were there. They were almost there to shut up and just crack on with it. There was definitely some sort of like intervention with what was going on with the reason that they're there and the reason why they're doing this, and they not asked the questions because they were given like some sort of like pill or there's something in the food. I really did feel that like there was some reason why they wouldn't sort of just ask these questions. When she started to do that and unravel, I thought that was quite interesting the way they did. But you saw sort of hints in terms of this like Chris Pine's character Frank, almost like the puppet master, which I don't even know if he was. But like that scene with him when Jack gets a promotion in front of everyone, and he does that weird dance over and over again. He almost like had him on a fucking string. Like
I didn't get that
with a remote control. Because it was just like it did not feel. It was made. I think it was important. It was made to look unreal, in the way that it was doing. Because it was almost like that scene where the devil makes you dance till you fucking smoke and stuff. That's what it felt.
What was he controlling him then?
No, but it's I mean, okay, spoilers. We know this is at the end of it. This is a simulation, so obviously it's pre-programmed to be able to do weird stuff like that. It didn't. Okay. So I guess that's why they, and you sort of see it unravel. There are small hints to it, But what the fuck did the plane have to do with it? Because it made it look like Under the Dome, like a little bit, like there's like a plane or Lost where it comes into there's like a little shimmer and then it crashes.
Well, I mean that's probably placed purely for another kind of thing for her to think something's weird here, because she had to be drawn out, didn't she? She had to be drawn out from the utopia.
But was it a glitch or was it like?
I think it was a glitch because remember it was the same plane that Margaret, who lost her child in the desert. It's the same plane that the kid had. So
and you
I think
don't see it, do you? She didn't see it.
I think it's some sort of like visual glitch or some ambient sort of glitch within that simulation which sets them off. So yeah, but I mean, like going back to what you're saying, the whole film's about control. It's another film. It's another film, obviously, of this generation of telling blokes, pretty rightly in most cases, that we're a bunch of knobheads. Yeah. So and that's all it is. It's control. It's control of women. It's control of
oppression.
It's that need to control every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
And would you trade in your life on the life of someone that you potentially love for pure control?
Because the juxtaposition of it is the fact that in the real world, Alice is the fucking queen. She's supporting Jack, in her job more than him. That's like the reality of it.
So like, I know what you're saying about Harry Styles, mate, getting like overshadowed by the whole performance, but in essence, really, he is a pathetic person in this film. He hasn't this illusion of that he's the breadwinner and he's like the one that should be looked after and stuff is complete fallacy. And actually, you see that when it all starts to reveal itself and the twists at the end is that he is actually a moron. He's done the most unspeakable thing possible, and that's where the horror comes in for me, is actually kidnapping your missus and plugging her into some sort of crazy simulation. There's bits where he's dropping water on her lips because she's severely dehydrated because she hasn't moved for forever. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like we can control you, and and then obviously you find out when they go to work, they're not actually going to work; they're going out of the simulation to earn money so they can come back into the simulation. And then the payoff is that the wives can stay in there forever happy.
There's two ways. I would prefer two different scenarios with this. I didn't like the whole black, because then it went to me with the whole digital thing where they're plugged in. That moved into the whole Black Mirror sort of facade, where it's Black Mirror is incredible and it's had massive influences on everything, and you clearly had influences on this. But I would almost prefer two different scenarios. One is almost the Village scenario where, like M. Night Shyamalan, where they were sort of kept in their, they were actually kidnapped. They were actually in the middle of the desert, and it wasn't the 1950s. It's actually the real digital world out there, and they're really in this society, like the Village did with that. Or I was gutted. I was gutted because I was putting all my money, not money, all my sort of desire, going, oh, I'm so interested in what they're doing all day. I'm so interested. I really wanted it to be something weird, aliens, a weird experiment that we haven't even thought about. I didn't think it would be nuclear. I didn't think it'd be. I just wanted to see something fucking new. I was really excited to see something like incredible, and then it lost. It was still a great twist in its own right, but I just wanted to see something new, and I didn't feel it landed with something new. That's it. Just disappointed me in that sense. All the way through it, I was fucking captivated, and then they went, "Oh, she's on her bed, really?" And I was like, "All right."
Yeah, she's on her bed. After there was a short scene where you see her legs getting dragged across the floor as he's like transporting her, because don't forget the time when it transports you back, you find out she's a doctor and she's had to take on extra work because he's lost his job, and that starts out quite a tender little scene. She's like, "It'll be fine as long as we're together," that whole line. And then it jumps to him like being really sort of creepy, and he started listening to this, dare I say, podcast, from Chris Pine, obviously creating this computer program, this simulation, and it jumps again to he's like stubbled, hair grown down, and I think, well, I got this anyway, that he's kidnapped her. They've split up, and he's kidnapped her. And he's like, right, you're gonna live in this simulation. I'm gonna give you everything you ever wanted because you're tired, you're miserable, you're upset, you broke up with me, but we're actually meant to be together.
See, I would have liked that if that bit was in there.
But that was just implied. It was because he goes from sort of that like little emo cut with like a beard to like straggly hair. You know, when he's like getting that little screening for the simulation, and he's got that like really like horrible homeless man stubble.
While you're on that thought, the funniest thing, because when I went to cinema, there was quite a lot of younger girls in there, and when that came up, that thing, the gasps I heard in the cinema was hilarious.
My missus said, I don't think Harry Styles should grow a beard.
Yeah, and they were also not very happy at the motting scene.
The motting scene.
I was and that was another. If you look back at it, it's one of those movies where you sort of find the twist out. You watch the movie again, and you sort of see those sort of like bits that are like hinting, the small little bits, and his like behavior, like the sexual behavior, is all a sort of indication of his control and his desires in the sort of reality, and it's all being created. Like even him as a British person is created, isn't it? And that's a great mask for the fact that he's British and can't act. I was excited to see Nick Nolte in there from The League. I don't know if you've ever watched the thing called The League. You'd really like that, Paul, because it's on American football.
Yeah, I've never seen it. He does the voice on an animated series called Big Mouth as well, which I actually really love.
He's fucking got such a weird face. He's so weird, and then you can see that. Like, look at the fact that his wife's fucking Olivia Wilde. It's like, come on.
While you're on the Olivia Wilde thing, I want to obviously talk about the WandaVision bit, where
the WandaVision bit.
Yeah, I call it the WandaVision bit. Is where she's explaining that she knows about it, and the reason she's here because she gets to be with her children, which I don't know whether she's lost them or whether she just wants to keep them at a certain age. I don't know, but that took me out of it a bit because she was helping like Florence Pugh's character at the end, and I was like, well, if she really didn't want to jeopardize what she's got, would she really be helping her?
Yeah,
I thought it'd be better if she was kind of a villain and trying to stop her rather than help.
But then I suppose they were best friends though. By the end, like they kept saying it's your best friend, So maybe because remember, she was like, everyone made me think that I'm crazy. So rather than go down the route of you're about to slit your throat like poor Margaret did, maybe it was just the crisis of conscience who just went, look, you need to get out of here, because she knew that she was going to get killed. There was that was it. She was dead as soon as.
What's that? That's what they're insinuating. Like, so if somebody finds out, and if the husband dies, they're dead in real life. So he's dead in real life, is he? Because he can't get out of the simulation. Yeah. Okay, weird. Why do things keep blowing up? Were they trying to shoot? Were they was the world tumbling in on itself? Was the simulation tumbling in on itself?
I think that was just meant to be like the program's breaking because everyone's frying it because everyone's like heightened and everyone's like really like what's going on?
It's trying to keep them scared, isn't it? Or keep them away from it. Like all the signs keep out and all this stuff is dangerous and all that sort of stuff.
So then explain to me, there's one thing that didn't make any sense to me anyway, and this is the Gemma Chan. I mean, she was great. Gemma Chan looked fantastic. But what is she self-aware as well? Like, why did she kill Frank?
Well, she then took control. It's that whole like turning around the control, like, because she said, now it's my turn. So now it's my turn to be in control of myself, essentially.
Right. So do we feel that?
So I think she was aware because him and the doctor were obviously creators of the program.
Okay.
Or the doctor was the creator and he was like the spokesperson for it and had all the mumbo jumbo and all the babble. By the way, I thought Chris Pine was really, really good in this film. He should play baddies more often.
Yeah, because he's got a face for it. Definitely.
Yeah, he's such a smarmy getting it. But yeah. So I think that was the she's getting rid of it. She's seeing her opportunity now. She's been the dutiful wife all these years. Now she's like, well, it's falling apart. I'm going to get rid of you. And now I'm going to take my chance to take control of my own life. So whether or not she'll keep the program going or whatever like that. But yeah,
Interesting one. I do.
I thought it was really clever, like setting in the 50s as well, like the 50s, which is an era of submissive women. You know, it was that like American dream of you have a nice house, you've got lots of money, you got lots of things, you just shut up and do what you're told. Essentially, the film is "Don't worry, darling." It's like you just don't worry about it. We're all good.
Yeah, when are those times going to come back, man?
Oh,
wow! Hashtag me too. Hashtag me too.
That does. I just like to speak for the rest of Draw One Last Breath that we do not share those.
It's the other way around. I'm that woman now. I'm suppressed.
It was. You need a simulation. Yeah, I said to my missus, I was like, I'm in a simulation, aren't I? This is my luck in life, isn't it? This is my simulation. Brilliant.
God, if I'm in a simulation, it's a shit simulation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we definitely poor in real life.
I love it. What I'm doing, but I don't want to be at this job.
That was my whole thing when I first watched The Matrix. That's a great idea, but can you imagine being me in The Matrix? Fucking hell. But yeah, no, I thought it was good. And Matt, when you were saying about the Olivia Wilde character, I thought it was quite a nice little contrast of like, actually, there are people that would rather be in this program than actually experience their real lives.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Regardless if her kids died or she lost them, like as in
yeah. That's
kids.
what I understood from her character. Yeah.
Yeah, and because remember there was one in there that was always pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, perpetually pregnant. Yeah.
And maybe she'd lost a baby, or maybe that was a choice of her going in.
That was mentioned. It was perpetual pregnancy. She was always pregnant. Yes, yeah. There was some good bits to it and great music and greatly shot. But I just wanted there to be something cool in a goddamn volcano that they're working in. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
If it was that ending, then it wouldn't have such meaning in it. Like Paul said, it's all about the undertones throughout the film. If they revealed an alien or something at the end, it kind of make it a bit worthless. And be like, oh fuck, all that.
Sharknado appears.
There's a big alien.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it was like I don't know, just something. I don't know what. I just wanted to be surprised. It would have been
cool if she kind of broke in that place and that was all the bodies that were in the simulation, like a bit like that. You ever seen that film Coma? It's a really good movie. But like, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I thought it was quite cool that they managed to get Dita Von Teese in there as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Not bad little watch. But yeah, I wanted a big monster. I don't know.
Men are the big monster, Paul.
The man is the monster.
Okay.
You need a period of self-reflection. That's what
interesting movie, and like you said, like with the movie, like it's very similar to what we watched earlier in the year with Men. It likened to The Village, which I thought was quite interesting. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, how are you rating this? Let's go to Paul first. See what you have given. Guys, Don't Worry, Darling.
I loved it. I thought it was amazing. It's one of my favorite films this year. 9 out of 10. The only grumble I have with it is it got a bit long. It was a bit long. But 9 out of 10. I loved it. I honestly loved it. I thought it was great.
All right, Matt, what are you saying?
I think the problem that I'm kind of got an issue with is that we've seen a lot of this type of stuff, and I feel like I've seen this type of stuff before, and I hate to say, done better. Like things like you mentioned Black Mirror, like San Junipero, like all those kind of things in Black Mirror. It's like I just think it's not that it's all been done, because it is a really interesting story and it's really well acted and it looks beautiful, but it just I just think for me it just didn't hit the notes with me. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I think it was maybe a little tad long, but Florence's performance was absolutely outstanding. So,
do you remember that film Vivarium?
I didn't watch that. No,
that's another sort of Stepford Wives with aliens. So maybe I got that movie in there. Anyway,
but for me, I would say it's about a 7 out of 10 for me.
Okay, I'm in between the two of you, so I'm an 8. Because I genuinely I obviously got really into it and was just fucking like, pissed off about the fact that it had to make sense and had to go back to hating men, maybe.
What
I don't
score
know.
would you give it if it had a monster in it?
Definitely. I mean, she was fantastic, so it'd probably be a 10. The way that it was shot. If it had something like random in there, it was heading towards a 10. Because just for her. I mean, I could watch her all day in a state of.
Maybe
Careful.
at the end it should have done like a V heel turn, but for your Paul, and they all were lizard people.
I love that. Even if it was a cult and they were like building a fucking, I don't know, like a spaceship and
Hail Ratman.
Hail Ratman. Yeah, I don't know.
I think we should move on before we get sued.
So that's a draw one last breath. 8 out of 10. Because we're going in the middle between the two of you. So I win. There we go. Okay, cool. That's our main review. Good discussion. Next episode's main review, we'll be going back to cinema again and trying to watch the movie Smile. So, been some interesting advertising for it, with people going up in sports matches with the T-shirt and just standing there and smiling.
I was going to talk about that in the news. Did you see that at the baseball game?
Yeah.
Fucking, that's genius. Just
Really clever.
wearing a Smile T-shirt, literally standing there for 45 minutes smiling behind the pitcher. It was insane. I was like, but that's not the only game. They've been all around the place in America.
Clever.
Great advertising. Fantastic.
I like that. Guerrilla advertising. It's really clever.
Not a gorilla, it was a person, mate.
Okay, cool. Right, let's move on to our movie from the vault.
I just want to tell you something.
What do you want to tell me?
You are my girl.
I love you, Jimmy.
What is that?
It's okay, there's nothing here. I haven't heard a dog bark or a car pass. Nothing.
There's someone out there.
Hello?
What is it?
It's my phone.
Oh my god.
We gotta get out of here. Now open the door, and I just want you to run, okay?
Why are you doing this to us?
Because you were home.
This episode's movie from the vault is 2008's The Strangers. After returning from a wedding reception, a couple staying in an isolated vacation house receive a knock on the door. In the mid-hours of the night, what ensues is a violent invasion by 3 strangers.
I have an interesting little anecdote about this film. So normally we say when we first saw it, and I remember this. I probably remember for all the wrong reasons. I went on a date with an ex-girlfriend, and before, because I know how to treat a lady, we went to KFC before the film. And I'll never forget. This is the time I went to KFC, right?
It's finger licking good.
And they had no chicken. And I was literally went down the menu and said, "We got this." And instead of just saying we haven't got anything, they were like, "No, no, no." I said, "You said got no chicken." And then they went, I said, "What have you got?" I said, "Chips." So I went to KFC before this film and had chips. It was great fun. Anyway, so yeah, it was. I saw it at the cinema when it came out.
Probably the best thing best thing they do. Other chicken places are available. Very good anecdote. I mean, I watched this. I'm pretty sure I went with Matt to watch this at the cinema 2008.
Probably, yeah.
Fuck it, I remember the first time I watched it. It's creepy. I'd say, dare to say, original. In its sort of way that it was raw and presented. I love Liv Tyler. As she plays Kirsty. I'm still trying to work out whether the bit at the start is if it is actually based on true events. So hopefully we've got something in Matt's facts for that. But I don't know. So that was kind of a wishy-wash. But I just found it really intriguing. Just like the sort of level of tension that it drew through such a simple concept of a home invasion horror movie, but it still felt really original and raw. This one sort of always stuck with me. So it's a good solid horror movie with some pretty good scares and some really, really dark antagonists. Really, Matt.
I love this movie. Absolutely love it. I remember going to cinema and loving it. I've rewatched it a couple of times and loved it. I bought the special edition from Second Sight, which is fucking beautiful box set. I just remember seeing it and just being like a bit of in awe because you'd had like home invasion movies before this, like there's classics, but this really, I wouldn't say brought it back. This just put a bit more of an edge to it, a bit more grittiness, and it was a bit more realistic because of the content of it. It's just like, and the reasons behind it, it just gave it more of a punch. And the eeriness is just the whole film is just eerie. And after this, I mean, a load of invasion movies come out, we got loads, and it kind of saturated it a bit, but this still for me holds up big time.
Yeah, definitely holds up for me. Like, it's a solid, like I said, a solid horror, and it's still creepy and edgy. Liv Tyler, I think, is fantastic in it as well.
Why has she not done more horror movies as well?
I was thinking exactly the same. There was a little creepy one that she was in where she ends up fucking raping a guy in the back of a truck. I can't remember what the film's called, but I'm pretty sure there's a movie
Wow.
she's done where they like kidnap a guy and she fucks him in the back of like proper like. Just straddles him. I don't think he was happy about it. So, well, I guess he was a little bit happy. But yeah, this is good. This made me think. This one, like, quite an ensemble sort of like. I think I got a good idea for next episode's like something to scream about, like favorite ensemble murderers, like villains or whatever. Like. Keep
that one under your hat. That's good.
We'll do that one for next episode. But yeah, do you think like Sackface and Dollface and the other one, like, do you reckon they had it?
Dollface, Bagface, and Pinup Girl.
Okay, and do you think they had a meeting like beforehand? Like, do you reckon they like sat around like in their house and like
they probably got a WhatsApp group?
Wow, just discussed what they were going to do. Like, did they have a plan? Or do you reckon they were just like making it up? I just felt like
they'd definitely done this before. Let's say that.
I think it was the first time.
Do you reckon?
The comment at the end of the movie was next time it would be easier. I feel this was their first time, and I really did feel they had like an AGM or like a board meeting before going out in the evening to
mood
kind of discuss what's going on. Like, okay, your job is to stay in the car until this certain point. You're knocking and running around like a weird person.
Did they argue about who was wearing what mask?
I feel that, Sackhead, if that's what
Bagface
came off worse. Like they almost like they either ran out of budget for the other two masks, or he's like the.
But can we have a round of applause for the fucking masks? Because they are fucking quality.
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. Bagface looks creepy as fuck. So it came off, and he probably said afterwards, "See, told you." They're probably mocking him in the meeting. What the fuck did you bring?
Yeah, they probably bought Dollface and Pinup Girl's masks out first, and they're like, "Yeah, well, we got this one last, but it'll do." But in fact, I think out of the three, it's probably the most eerie, fucking weirdo. Like, fucking, yeah.
Do you know what's one of the creepiest bits of the film, though?
Go on.
The bit without the mask. So, obviously, that initial knock at the door.
In the shadow.
They're both together. And she's obviously unscrewed the light bulb.
Yes.
When he opens the door. And she's just like, hey, is Was is Jessica home or whatever she
Tomorrow.
4
says?
in the morning.
Yeah, and they're like, no, but you can't see her face. And then he's like scrubbing with the light bulb to try and see her face, and she's like, are you sure? And like, no, fucking busy, go away. But it's really creepy, and she hasn't got a mask on. You just see sort of the outline of her face, but you don't see any features. It's really, really, really creepy. I always think this film's a great exercise in less is more, because really you don't get a ton of. I mean, there's action set pieces, but you don't get a ton of like. It's not like a Halloween film where he's like literally running through, like the killer's always there trying to catch them.
I mean,
they're just in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't need kills either.
No.
For the content, you know.
Because it's definitely one of them films where you start thinking, what would I do? What would I do if this happened?
I wouldn't answer the door to that fucking knock. Get the fuck away from my door, you cunt.
Yeah.
I know how to load the gun that I was in the house, a dumbass.
That's yeah. The one thing about this movie that I think is quite clever as well is not to go like right to the start, but it's like you don't really know what's going on at the start because they don't really explain it, and it's really weird because it's like you just feel a bit. It's what the hell is going on, and then you kind of get the gist of what's going on, but the dynamic between them two is so uncomfortable to start off with. It already puts you in an uncomfortable situation. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you know,
you're not really sure they like each other. They can't depend on each other to get out of this situation. So how are they going to get out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what? So basically, he was going to propose at a wedding by the looks of things, and
which no one does that. Come on.
And then what? She wasn't into it, so they're breaking up, I guess.
I don't.
And then they were gonna have a bit of afters.
Well, it's not the aftermath of he proposes to her. He gets the ring out, doesn't he? And she's like basically says no, and that it's the aftermath of that straight after because he's got it all prepared. Like the house is all prepared with champagne and flower petals on the bed and all sorts. And she's literally like they're just coming to terms with the whole like, and they've never really. So they don't even get a chance to discuss that, do they? There's no real chance to go right. What we're gonna do? He's just literally like pissed off because he's like, well, I'm gonna go in the morning, and they don't really have that. And then it was really funny. She puts the bloody ring on when he's out the house. That's such a I'll just try it on just in case.
She can't get it off.
And they can't get it off. Yeah.
And that to me is a really weird thing. I don't think it got cut. I haven't seen the deleted scenes, but you almost think, well, that's teeing it up for a perfect conversation between the two of them near the end, where he notices the wedding rings on, and then they kind of have that connection towards the end, and it's like, oh, after all, she did want to get married, really, and they totally missed that. Whether it's in the deleted scenes, I don't know. I just thought that was a little bit of missed opportunity there.
Yeah,
but the fucking set, right? I don't know about you, but I was home alone, and I cranked this up on the old soundbar like really loud, and the sound production on this fucking movie is fantastic. Like the knocks on the door was so. I shit my fucking self, literally. I thought it was just so clever, the music and the sound, because sometimes there's just no sound at all.
Oh yeah, the complete lack of sound or even sound effects. Like, you know, in a normal horror movie, you kind of get that or like when there's something happen. But when he appears for the first time in the background, no sound whatsoever.
Oh,
it was
what
such
a scene!
Great choice. It was a great choice.
There's
I watched it
go on.
with my missus, so she'd never seen it before, because I really wanted to watch it with someone who hadn't seen it before, because I was a bit worried that all of the scares and all of the jumpy moments or any like eeriness would be lost because she'd seen it before. I thought it would be one of them films. So watching it with someone who hadn't seen it before, really feeding off that energy. And when he appears silently out the back, she just went, fucking hell. That's what she said. And I just fed off that. I was like, yeah, I remember being in the cinema that time going, oh my God, that's just, and then just disappears. And then they don't attack for another 15, 20 minutes after that. So you think, oh, she's done for now. No, he's just gone back outside.
That's
knowing that he can come and go as he pleases. It's just, yeah.
Apparently in an interview with Liv Tyler, she went to the cinema to watch it for the first time. And she said there was these teenagers in front of her, like laughing at the start and stuff about not, But when it got to that part, literally the whole cinema was like, oh my God, they gasped. And there was silence after that the whole way through the rest of the film. I thought that was quite funny. Interesting. But back to the sound effects and stuff. Fucking Liv Tyler can scream. And there's a bit where she's getting dragged along the floor where her nails are like literally scraping on the floor on the sides of the wall. And I thought that was fucking crazy, that bit, because it just made you feel like, oh, fuck.
I love Liv Tyler. I think I love her. I mean, she's been in everything.
Look,
she was in everything when I grew up, like from like Empire Records and stuff like
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, definitely.
Armageddon.
Yes. She's fantastic. Stealing Beauty, remember that one?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
If you laugh, you know what movie I'm talking about.
I tell you what I did completely forget about. And a proper got us right at the end.
Hang on,
right
before you go straight to the end, right to the end.
Yeah.
Two things. Number one, I just want to talk about the friend that turns up. I thought that was fucking genius.
Oh shit, yeah.
I love that. I thought it was genius. And number two, which version did you boys watch? Because I watched the extended cut.
No, probably not. I've got it on DVD. I've had it for quite a while, so I don't think I've watched anything apart from the original cut.
Okay.
I just watched it on Netflix. So.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's a lie. I watched it on Netflix. I was gonna watch the DVD, and then it goes literally tomorrow. It's the last day on Netflix is tomorrow.
Oh Christ!
So I gave it a double thumbs up to keep them. So actually maybe we shouldn't take it off.
Go on, Paul. What are you gonna say?
It's just that obviously to like the end, the last bit, the last scene. I completely forgot that happened. So obviously I was sat there like, haha, laughing at the missus who was freaked out by the whole film, and I was like, la la la, and then all of a sudden I went, shit.
What you mean when they were stabbing?
No, when the boys come into the house and they're looking around.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah, I forgot that she like woke up like with that.
Woke up and scream.
Yeah.
But it's so visceral the way they were doing the whole stabbing. I thought.
That's full on, man.
When they demasked, it was so from like a sort of cat and mouse hide and seek. We're toying with you, and to sort of be so. Again, I clearly don't think they brought this up in the meetings. How are we actually? Who's getting the knife? And they were just like, we'll just all have a go.
I always thought it would have been a more fucked up film if they didn't kill them. I always thought it would have been.
Thinking that when I was watching it today, exactly the same thing.
I remember that I always thought that. Can you imagine you've scared them and terrified people to the point of I'm going to die now, even to press a knife against them and then just to go, see you later. Do you know that whole like, why did you do it? And I suppose that's the horror. That line of the film is why are you doing this to us? And they're like, because you were home.
It's
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because you're in.
Like, there's no more of.
To tell you boys that I watched Funny Games recently, the American one with Naomi Watts and that. And again, that's kind of another level in terms of the strangers, in terms of what like a psychopath is, because they're so nonchalant about the damage and the tension and what they're actually doing to the family. It's sort of that. It's sort of like, not really. We're just sort of toying. It's just playing. It's like you're my toy. Yeah,
because they're kids, really, aren't there? There's definitely two of them. There's a young girl in her teens, and then I don't know what the other two. I mean, the other two are probably adults, but like young adults. You know, you get that from the way they move, the way they talk. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know about Bagface because he's very wheezy.
Yeah. I always thought they were just really like three goth emo kids who'd been bullied and decided that they were just going to like take on the world.
Yeah, because one of them's wearing a suit, so I assumed that he was the dad. But you're right, they could just be like teenagers, even just like chilling out and just kind of going, "Well, let's go and kill someone tonight. See, this could be kind of fun." It's fucking weird, man. Their whole reasoning behind it, no reason whatsoever. It is fucked up. And it is like off the back of I think Funny Games, the German one was like before this.
Well, the American one is a pretty much shot for shot remake because it's by the same director. He redirected his own film.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. That film is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
But we're not talking about that one. We're talking about The Strangers.
No, but the demask was very creepy, and like you almost like felt as if they, right, we're going to show your face, so we have to kill you. That was like almost the thing. That was like if we show that if we take our mask off, that's an indication that we have to stick the knife in.
Yeah, but they're fucking stupid. Back to what you were saying. Maybe they're not. That this is their first time. They literally stop and show their faces to two boys going the way that they've come from.
Yeah,
idiots.
They're not the smartest bunch, but you never. The really interesting thing is you don't, as the audience member, you never see their face full on. It's always either in the shadow. It's always side on.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah,
but Matt, I think
cool.
you always think of like horror people or like villains have got some sort of characteristic that will show them off. It's just three normal people in a truck. And like, how are you going to describe them? As a girl with blonde hair, blonde hair in America.
I don't really want to spoil the Matt's facts, but I'm guessing something about Leatherface in the suit. Is there not? Okay, I just felt like the suit.
No, but you're right. It is very, possibly.
Very Leatherface, isn't it? In terms
very.
Of, even his sort of like hunched over, I thought.
Yeah.
He was sort of like that sort of look.
Totally.
But yeah, loved it. Great watch, great pick. Really, really fucking good horror movie. It's in the 101 scariest movies of all time. In that, first.
Fucking should be.
First 20. So it's not high up, but the moments in there. I question some of their. I'm really looking forward to watching the next couple of episodes of that. Anyway, right, Matt's facts.
Yes, well, straight away, this isn't in my facts, but I remembered something off the top of my head. Liv Tyler's character, and I believe that she even possibly shot the scene, was supposed to come back for Prey at Night, which is the second one, which is actually really good, by the way. You should watch it. Where she...
I've seen it, yeah. I've seen that one.
Is where she's in a trailer or something, or a house or something, and she gets a knock at the door, and they kill her straight away, like first scene. Like they just kill her. But Liv Tyler always said, I always thought they should do a film where it's role reversal and she has to hunt them down and find them and kill them, which would be quite cool. But then it's all probably been done. Anyway, Matt's facts. Here we go. According to director Brian Bertino, the film partially based on an incident he experienced as a child. So one evening, a stranger came to his door and asked for someone who was not there and left. Later, Bertino found out that the other homes in his neighborhood had been broken into that night. So that's what kind of gave him the idea. During filming, in order to get the actual reaction from Liv Tyler, director Brian Bertino would tell her where to expect the loud bang from, but then would have the loud noise come from a completely different direction, and that totally comes across in the film because she literally does shit her up. The original script was originally titled The Faces, which was interesting.
Glad they went with The Strangers.
Yeah. Liv Tyler's father is obviously Aerosmith frontman Steven Tyler, and before making it big with Aerosmith, a teenage Steven Tyler was in another band which was originally called The Strangers.
Ooh.
Back there. Warning, spoilers for this one. Already we spoil it anyway. The houses shown in the during opening credits each resemble a famous house from various classic horror. Did you notice that?
The what, sorry?
The houses shown during the opening credits.
The montage. So like the Amityville house was in there. I saw.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that, but then I didn't take stock of anything else.
Yeah.
With the Texas Chainsaw one on there?
No, I don't think so. Possibly, but Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and the Amityville Horror there were houses that resembled those houses. I think I got the Amityville one, and possibly Nightmare, but I don't know about the Halloween one. And then my last fact was is the stabbing scene was shown to people before they released the film, like a kind of test shots, and the stabbing scene was a lot longer, and they had to make it a lot shorter because it was apparently deemed too gruesome and too real. And the kill count in this movie 2, possibly 3.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Yeah, great pick, man. This was a really good one. I enjoyed rewatching it. But I've seen it quite a few times, I think. So it's a good one. Well, how are we rating this? Let's go to Paul, shall we?
Well, that's right. I'm going to give this, Jesus, an 8 out of 10. Because as much as I did say the energy and stuff, I think on repeat viewings, it's a bit diminishing. I think it'll never get quite as good as the first time you saw it. That's probably why. But it's still a great film. So 8 out of 10.
I agree with that, but you're wrong. I give it a 9 out of 10, man. It's like solid 9 for me. I fucking love it. I think it still holds up. But yeah, make sure you crank up that sound and watch on a nice big TV and fucking, yeah, I love it. I just think it's great. All round, great performances, great sound. Just, yeah, great story. Paul?
For me, I think it's an 8 for me.
Ooh.
It's a good score. It's a good film. It's a good movie. But yeah, so I think it's an 8 for me. I really enjoy this one. But yeah, about 8 seems fair for this one. It's definitely up there, but I don't see it going higher than that for me. There we go. So
wrong. A draw on last breath, 9 out of 10.
Matt, you know what to say to that? Don't worry, darling.
Right, Geordie Paul.
Right, lads. So I had to troll through the archives because I sort of thought I'm going to pick this one, and then I thought, shit, have you not done it yet? Because it's quite a massive horror film. And in my look, we haven't. So we're going to the 70s. We're going to 1976. And we're going to watch The Omen.
Oh,
shit, have we not
I was
done
only
that yet?
thinking that the other day.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Good old Gregory Peck.
Fucking hell, we better have 2 hours for Matt's facts.
Yeah, shit, there's a whole fucking documentary about it, isn't there?
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, no, I saw it popped up on Disney Plus the other day, and I thought, oh shit, that's going to be a good pick for the podcast. So yeah, The Omen.
Good to hear that it's obtainable as well.
I got it on VHS. I had like Omen 1, 2, and 3 on VHS, but I don't own that anymore. So I'll be interested to watch it again and see how I feel about it on like a repeat viewing. I haven't seen it for years, but it's not one. I don't think it's one of my favorites from that era. I'll be interested to see how I feel about it now. I am quite intrigued.
That's what we do here, Paul. That's what we do.
There we go. Awesome. Cheers, lads, for another great episode. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We've got for some treats for next episode. We'll be watching Smile. For something to scream about, we just said earlier, we're going to try and look up our favourite ensemble villains. And Paul has just picked from the vault 666, The Omen. Thanks for listening. When there's no more room in hell, here's another podcast.
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
You can follow us on Twitter at DrawOneLast, Instagram at DrawOneLastBreath, or pop us an email at DrawOneLastBreathPod@hotmail.com.